Hey everybody, so I know I just put out an update video in the middle of May. That came out in an unfortunate time where not long after that video went live, we found out about Gears 5 having 8 operations, and then the game is going to stop releasing new content. It was said that at the end of 2021 should be the end of Operation 8, and from there it'll just be Tour of Duty updates and maybe a few small things here and there from what it sounds like on the Gears grapevine, mainly looking at stuff at Twitter. On top of this, we also got the news and then saw it with our own eyes that there was no news for Gears 6 or new Gears content at E3 this year. On top of this, word went around from a few people at TC that Gears 6 is still a while away until we see an announcement, let alone a release date. A lot of people in the Gears community are speculating 2023, 2024 as far as a release window, and that really seems to make sense to me. Combining that with, in my personal Gears experience, the honeymoon phase that I'm previously mentioned in the last update video, that's pretty much ended for me. It's still thoroughly enjoyable to play Gears, but there's definitely some burnout that I'm dealing with myself. I decided to go back to the drawing board a bit and be prepared for whatever happens at the end of 2021 when the operations content stops. I don't fully know what happens whenever there's no more operations and news. I'm basing a lot of this on how Gears 4 went after the season passes were over, but I can imagine things are going to get much quieter without that anticipation of new stuff and new content regularly. So I've been making a game plan based off that news, and it's shifted quite a bit from what I said in May, so it seemed like it was necessary to make a new video update just to keep you all informed. And I'll just say before I start breaking everything down that I'm going to be making videos as long as I possibly can. A lot of my ideas require people that are solid players or at least willing to learn some new strategies. If we're struggling to get even a couple people together to play matches, the viewership really starts to tank or anything like that, I'll pull back and work on other content. That being said, we could use as much help as we can get. Namely, we could use a lot of engineers, please, we can teach. I know it's mainly me and Midget and Gare Bear that have been doing a lot of this. I know Tulu, when he comes back, he can also help out with engineering. We can teach, we can help out with engineering. A lot of people, there's a lot of damage classes and not as many engineering classes, and it does cause an imbalance, given, of course, I know we need to go engineer lists on a lot more builds, but, some more engineers would definitely be nice. But there's a lot of videos I want to hit up when we're streaming. That being said, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be taking some time off stream and off regular uploads to start working on some bigger projects I'll be talking about in this video. For me, it's more worth it to work on these bigger, more helpful projects rather than trying so hard to keep that consistent, regular upload cycle going. I'm breaking that wheel a bit in order to push out new things. When I do stream though, it'll be on Tuesdays and Saturdays mostly, and I'll be posting my stream schedule in the YouTube posts if you see the text posts that I occasionally throw up. So you have a better means of seeing it and whenever I'm going live. Feel free to come in. I've got a queue system just to help get people in and organized, just so people don't join in all willy-nilly. Come in and queue it up. So in this video, we're going to talk about an update on the match uploads, a quick update on the tier lists, horde events, and the escape uploads, my thoughts where I've been going lately with the class guides, the main series that I'm going to be working on, multiple series, it sounds weird when I say it like that, and a little look at what I'm thinking about after 2021, what goes on there. With the match uploads, I went and did my last resort fix on these match uploads. If you remember from the last video, I was using this program from Elgato and I kept getting tech issues. I tried reinstalling it a couple weeks ago and it got even worse. The issues got even more prominent, even trying to return back to the square one of issues. Just, I love Elgato, but I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's my computer. It's messy. It's messy. Between Windows 10, I think my graphics card and my streaming PC behind me is dying. Or maybe it's a defect in my capture card that I've had the whole time. I just have completely had it with this tech issue. I'm recording my videos through my streaming software OBS now, and this is the same thing I did in the Gears 4 days. I'm gonna do what I can to make it so the stream features aren't overly annoying, but the quality is marginally improved from doing this, and editing matches is just taking so much less time with this. So this nice setup that I had where I was trying to separate the camera footage and the gameplay footage and all of this stuff, it was it's not as nice of quality, but something that would have taken me an hour with that previous setup is now going to take me about 10 minutes. No screen tearing, no glitches, just straight up from the stream, but a higher quality than what the stream gets because I can record at higher qualities than what Twitch lets me. A whole bunch of technical jargon. You'll see little graphics and stuff like that show up on my videos from my stream, and that's about the only difference you'll notice. And maybe I'm a lot less stressful. Downsides being my camera quality will look a little bit weird when it comes to color because I can't color correct things as well. And, you know, my Twitch overlay and notifications will show up. I'm going to try and separate sound notifications in case somebody wants to start spamming like one sound effect over and over and over again, which happens. But wow, does it save me so much time and so much trouble. Also on the match uploads, I'm currently getting like bottlenecked on the amount of videos I can upload and just needing card levels straight up. Like, I'll put up an overlay of where my class levels are. I'm currently filming this during the 2x experience event that's going on this weekend at the start of July. I've just got to go for max cards on so many classes to really experiment and try out a lot of these ideas that I have. And that grind across 19 classes is just taking a lot of time. Even when I'm grinding the dailies every single day. All of a sudden, going for class XP, what was once a great thing, is now a curse. So now it's like 15,000 class experience dailies. I go, oh no, please give me gold cards or give me just a bunch of cards, please. There's gonna be more streams where I don't get match uploads as I keep needing to grind, or experimental builds will be harder until I get more card levels up. I just won't feel like I'm personally ready for the role that I want to do. I'll keep them videos as regular as I can, but it's going to be more of a as I can get them basis. As classes get maxed out on cards though, this will get a lot easier. Plus, I'll be getting more gold, which will also speed things up, like I did get a level 6 on Icy Precision on Marksman. So if I get any more Icy Precisions, that's 400 gold each. It's amazing. It's great. I love it. Okay, on to quick updates about stuff. It's a few things in one. The new tier list is coming. I just gotta buck up and do it. I've been starting to sort some things out, but it kind of feels weird not having classes that are like particularly bad since Operation 7's launch, but we'll see. I'll keep trying to play through all the classes even more, and I'm getting my opinions organized as I'm going. Just please don't be upsetty if we don't 100% agree on things, and don't worry, I already know Marksman and Blade Master are going up. They are going up. I have seen the error of my ways. Second thing on this, with Horde events, I had a great plan to just keep hitting the new ones as they came out with the new operations. But then we only have one more operation with Operation 8, and that's it. If they throw all the Horde variants into private lobbies, then this series will go on, and I'll be able to go through them one by one, but I don't know if that's going to be a reality. I don't want to bank on it, so just being fully transparent, like, I'll do ones if I can, and if we get that private lobby set up where all the Horde events are in our private lobbies and we can just play it whenever we want. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of pumping the brakes on this. The series is there, the ideas is there, just whenever and if ever I can get to them. Maybe it'll be better in Gear 6. And the third thing, talking about Escape, I am working on getting better at Escape. I've made a lot of improvements over the last couple months since we last did an update video. I want to get more comfortable on Master Escape though. We run a lot of Incon for the dailies. We're getting better, but we're still getting our butts beat by like freezing enemies, shields, and I just need to get more comfortable. Also, the split seems to be the bane of our existence. Even though we got it, we did the weekly for this week. We got it down on gold, but God, that took some attempts. My navigation's getting a lot better though. Using the Venom cards and strategies are definitely improving. Those should start showing up soon enough whenever I feel like I'm really ready. I'd really like to be able to go into Master Escapes and just no-fail them. Like, get them in one single cut and then the videos will start showing up from there. Deaths just don't sit right with me. I mean, I can make fun and make light of them, and we do make a lot of errors, and Escape does a good job of making it so you can kind of rapid die a bunch and learn from death a lot, but we'll see. On to the class guides. So, about the class guides, I've really been debating if I should. Now, I will put on screen these creators here. I'm not even going to put a number. I just know I see a lot of them recommended. I'm subscribed to a lot. but they already have class guides and they are doing a great job with them. They have my utmost respect. In my mind, I'm not all that confident about hustling hard to put out content that's already out from other people. Sure, there's putting my own personality into it, but the goal of improving how people play, like, these creators are already doing a great job of it, and I'm coming in a year behind, and I definitely see that when I watch a lot of these guides and they've got level 6 cards across the board. That's the year that I missed right there. That being said, I've got a couple ideas for things to do for the classes, like around the standard class guide. The main idea right now is doing some like faster guides on what I like to do with the classes, mainly looking at hitting up a video for like each category of classes. I think I mentioned this in the last video, like one for assault classes, one for tank classes, one for support, promotional, so on and so forth. There's a few ideas going through my brain, but we'll see as the rest of this comes along. But the goal of helping people get better with classes, I can throw my guides in, but shout outs to these creators. They're doing great and they're doing a fantastic job on that front too. As for the main series I'm going to start working on, besides the tier list and what I mentioned about the class guide stuff, and also alongside of the regular match uploads, I've got about 3 different types of videos that I'm looking at. I'm coming to that point where I want to start putting out feedback to TC with number 1. I'm not coming in being bashing because I have a stake in this game. Like, I want to see Gears continue to grow, or at least TC do well, because I also want to mutually grow with them. I'm thinking of talking a lot more about what we want to see in Gears 6. I'll be sticking mainly to my own lanes here, leaving PvP suggestions to the people playing PvP the most. But for Horde and concepts around what I play, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I'm honestly really excited to start talking about other Horde classes I'd like to see, and how to keep adding more for us PvE players to sink our teeth into for longer periods of time. Basically avoiding the feeling of going through the motions of that run-of-the-mill monotony type of feel. I'll also be hitting up a lot of videos like I made in anticipation for Gears 5, just translated over from what's happened with Gears 5 going into Gears 6. So number 1 is just giving feedback to TC and talking about the future of Gears. Number 2, I want to talk more about the modifiers as I keep learning how to deal with them. What would be unbelievably ideal, Coalition, please, is if the Coalition finds a way to open up the modifiers in private lobbies so we can just mix and match them all. Just like all the Horde events, I don't know if this is going to become a reality, but that would give me so much to do if we got all the modifiers to play with. Like, just to paint a picture, like imagine doing silly Masters runs with every silly modifier. Like you throw on bobbleheads, you throw on confetti headshots, zero gravity, and just all that mess. Or like going painfully difficult with a match, getting as many freezing modifiers as you humanly can. Just food for thought, food for thought. But thanks to you all in the comments of these videos, this idea came up a few times, and the more I keep entertaining the idea, the more I love it, of just talking about ways that we overcome modifiers, and that idea's on you! And series number 3, this is an idea I've had for a while, from like the Gears 4 times, and I'm gonna keep it vague because I'm slow at making all these videos and I really just don't want this idea taken. But I want to take a better look at maps. There's going to be a lot of videos involved with this, and it'll be open to a lot of people to come in and play. And if I can make this even like 10% as cool as it looks and sounds in my brain, then it should be a pretty great series. And like that's all I'm saying. The details on how I'm doing it feels unique to anything I've seen, at least in terms of Gears, and it is relating to what I've seen from a few different games and a few different series from YouTubers. And honestly, it's what gives me the most life. Like, it's what I'm most excited about when it comes to making Gears content, is this idea that I have, and all I can give you is that it involves the maps. That's it. That's it. You'll see more as I make more. And now to switch over to what I'm thinking with 2021 being over and that being the end of Gears operations, and what I'm thinking of in reality with my content and Gears and everything like that. With everything said in this video, I'm looking at this as sort of like the Gears 5 endgame. I didn't expect to get to endgame so soon, and I didn't expect Gears 6 to be coming out so late. But at least looking at the bright side of it, it's kicking me into gear on getting stuff rolling. All the while, like, here's to hoping the extra time TC's using for Gears 6, I hope it ends up being great. We got the new Unreal Engine set up. Hopefully we'll see a lot more fleshed out content. All the while, here's to hoping the extra time the Coalition is using for Gears 6, I hope it ends up being great. I know we get the new Unreal Engine and there should be some new changes and updates. I hope this extra time really ends up being worth it and Gears 6 comes out in a very solid state and it keeps a very strong audience. Unfortunately, we keep having these like early game issues that take a lot of people away from it, or the concepts aren't as big as and ambitious, and we don't see Gears really hit the potential of what it can be. What I absolutely do not want to happen though is I don't want this to go down like 2019 did. Given I'm not looking at getting another like life-consuming job or anything like that, I also didn't get a lot of stuff done at the end of Gears 4 that I wanted to accomplish. If there's going to be Gears downtime, I want to go into it feeling like I've really put my all into this, building a solid library of content to help people get better at Gears 5, to give some entertainment, and give an example of what I see content creation can be in gaming. To me, there's no looking back and regretting not creating so many videos and different series that I wanted to make. I really want to finish what I sought out to do, what I really came back for. I really do love making content, and Gears has been so involved in a part of that content creation journey that's made it a joy over the last 15 years of Gears. Whenever Gears 6 starts coming around, I'll prepare as much as I can ahead of time. I'll see where I can make some videos, and we'll be back on to jam on that. The way I'm looking at it is, once Operation 8 is over and all we have are different tour of duties, I'm just going to keep making as much content as I can, see how everybody feels. We have the people that we regularly play with. If there's newcomers in, we'll just keep getting matches in where we can. We'll just keep making the videos that we can, and if it gets to a point where we just are consistently unable to get good matches and get good footage for these videos, then that's where I'll start looking at closing everything down, kind of going into almost like a Gears hibernation in a way. At least until we start seeing some life with Gears 6 possibly happening, and then I'll see where I want to go from there. I am always taking a look and seeing what other games are out there. I'm still big on PvE, that's really where my heart is, but if I'm going to start working on another game, I want it to be something new. Coming in as a content creator to just play catch up to something that's already existing is definitely a painful slog, hence why I really didn't want to jump into games like Final Fantasy XIV or like Dead by Daylight or games along that nature. As of everything that got announced at E3 2021, Back 4 Blood and Redfall are my most anticipated multiplayer games. And given I know Redfall didn't show any gameplay, but like, my god, does that look like it has a lot of potential. Like, it looked like there was classes, it looked like it was like Left 4 Dead vibes, but like with vampires. Like, It looks tight. I'm really looking forward to if they show off some gameplay soon. Back 4 Blood looks like if it was like Left 4 Dead and then Gears 5's PvE, if they just, had a baby. I noticed there was like a lot with card systems, possibly some different classes. I mean, you got all the bosses, and the way that it plays is somewhat escape-ish, although I know it's a lot more like Left 4 Dead than Escape at that point, but looks promising, looks pretty tight. There's also my never-ending desire to get into a new MMO. Growing up, I loved Guild Wars 1, and I still to this day can't stop watching RuneScape creators. It gives me those vibes of when I started playing RuneScape back in 2005, and I still play it on and off to this day. As of right now, Crimson Desert's looking like the most decently promising game that's an MMO that looks new. If you're ever curious, I have a full table of a lot of the announcements that go on at E3s and all of these different like conventions and videos and stuff like that that get put out. In my stream, if you type in !games list, you will be able to see a tier list of all of the hype, like the most hype games that I've got. And at the moment, Redfall, Elden Ring, God of War 5, there's a lot of single player games on there, but Crimson Desert's up there too. And of course, I still want an MMO to come out that has like gameplay like Gears or Uncharted or The Last of Us, pick 3 or combine 3. Combine that with more MMO classes and elements, or even having like a lot of champions like a MOBA, kind of like Smite or like League of Legends. Oh, and that does remind me, on my other channel that's currently on pause, is. There's a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, talking about the potential of an MMO based in the world of Avatar. The element bending one, not the blue kitty one. But you know, that's where my unreal expectations go. If there ends up being an Avatar MMO, or if something comes out that's like, say, if it was like a Gears MMO, that would be pretty sick too. Just something that has that combat. And I know I've already seen games like Warframe, games like Anthem, and games like Destiny are close, but not the cigar just yet. But while we're looking at quiet times in Gears, I'm gonna do what I can to keep growing the CherryQuench community, creating new content, meeting new friends, helping more people, and of course for my own personal, striving for those career goals. In the meantime, there's a lot of things to be done. There is a lot of things to still be done that I want to make. I'd love to have more people join in and help out. Thank you so much for everything. It's been great seeing so many people come into these videos and enjoy all of our shenanigans. Thank you for everyone that joins into the stream, and thank you for everyone that comes in and plays Horde and Escape with us. Like, it really does mean a lot. And thank you for watching this video. Of course, like, sub, bell if you enjoyed it, or if you want to give me a hit of dopamine to help the channel grow. You know, it all helps with that mythic YouTube algorithm, doing the likes and the subscriptions and ringing the bell thing. It all helps, one way or another. I'll have videos up as regularly as I can until I can't. Straight up. When I can't, know that I'll be working on something big, and it might take me a while to get it out, but it should be something pretty great. And until that time, stay thirsty, my friends.